Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing just one Le Mans build for this episode. We're going to be using the Aston Martin Vulcan at Le Mans 700. So I'll be showing you guys on how to get the car and how all of it works, how to obtain the car. And I'll be showing you guys the simple, easy build for this car with gameplay. And hopefully by this episode, if you're looking for another car to farm at Le Mans, this car will be overall a really good pick to choose from. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get straight to the episode. Now, in order for you to actually get this car, it's going to cost you a whopping 3.3 million credits. But you also need to get an invitation in order to actually purchase this car, which is actually, in my opinion, a pretty useless, dumb mechanic in the game in order just for you to buy a fairly rare or really iconic car. There's some cars you need to get an invitation from that manufacturer just in order to buy one, which I think is a pretty dumb mechanic. But anyway, if you have yourself an invitation from Aston Martin itself, you have at least a month before you have the chance to buy it. I do have the invitation right now, which gives me the chance to buy the 177 and the Vulcan. Just make sure you get plenty of credits for that car and you'll be good to go for that. So after you grab your car, just to make it simple and easy, I didn't really went for a different livery or different stuff parts for the car, so I kind of kept it ordinary as much as I possibly can. So here's the quick setup build for the car. If you want to go ahead and just pause the episode and just copy down the numbers, you can. But as you can see, we got ourselves some racing hard tires, fully customized diff, downforce 400 for the front, 650 in the back, 77 for our ECU, 70 for our power restrictor with racing transmission set to 330, and that's going to be it for the front list, and that's going to be pretty much be it for your build itself. You're mainly going to nerf your car overall whenever you do this race. And as you can see in the far other part of the list, we got ourselves a high torque supercharger, racing brake system, and that's pretty much going to be it for the build for the car. Now once you get to the race, I would recommend doing is going to go ahead and move your fuel map to number 3. That way you have yourself a pretty good balance overall for both speed and fuel, because this car actually does use up a lot of fuel. So I would recommend just race on map 3, and also if you are driving in the manual transmission, I would recommend to half shift through the gears. That way you can save some fuel in some of the corners and on the straightaways as well. Just knowing how badly the car really drinks up the fuel. Now, with you racing on map 3, you should still technically be the fastest car when it comes to true blue straight line speed pace. So you don't have to worry about much on the group 4s of not being the fastest on the straights at all. If you're not the fastest, then you're easily the second fastest car in the race, but I think, in my opinion, you should be the fastest by barely by a small margin compared to the Viper. But the car itself, the handling is actually very, very good, which kind of shocked me. I mean, we're talking about if you would put a division that's half Group 4 and half Group 3, like Group 3.5, then that's probably the best way I could probably describe it, because the car really felt very planted. It felt really smooth. I really rarely had any signs of any oversteer in some corners, but other than that, the car was just so planted and it just felt really comfortable and very smooth. I was able to actually get back on the throttle and not having to worry about the car stepping out or anything like that. Even the brakes, they worked really well too in this car. So if you have the car, then if you're looking for a race that could be eligible for that car, this race right here could be a really good race for it to try it out. So as you can see, we're slowly but surely making our way through the front. So I know some certain cars in the game that can actually go a bit faster than this, and that can actually get to the front a bit quicker. But for this car, still does the job very nicely, very smooth. As we get to the end of the main straight, we're going to make a move on the outside past the Lexus right there. We do get a little bit out of shape, but we do save it. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves another spot from the Supra and get ourselves a good run on the Viper, putting ourselves to P3, and very soon we're going to see the Corvette going to take the lead away from the Suzuki Swift. And unfortunately for us, we did pick up a half-second penalty in one of those corners, but we're going to quickly go through the penalty box, get that sort of taken care of, and then we'll get back on track with the race. So here we are. We're about to catch up with the Swift pretty easily. We're going to make a move on its right side, where we thought about it. Can't do it quite right there. We're going to make a move right about here. We're going to send it a bit further in the corner, which we actually did. Going ourselves second gear. We actually did get the car a bit upset, and we're going to get hit that tire barrier with our left rear corner panel, and thankfully when we did come back on the track we did not get hit from the side, but still quite a very annoying occurrence of us losing the rear end of the car and just having that car hitting the tire barriers, which kind of upset the balance. But after that, we're going to recover pretty quickly. After this, we're going to go ahead and actually retake third spot, as the Viper somehow slowed down a bit earlier than I expected it to. So we made up 3 spots pretty easily back from that incident, and through this corner right here, the car is just so smooth. I mean, it can just really get the most grip out of that car, and it can just really be able to catch up some time with the CPU drivers. So it's really, really smooth, very dialed in. I mean, what a car. Has really good handling. As we finish up the first lap, we're going to be shy of being from P2. We're going to be behind the Suzuki Swift, but still showing some really great pace, especially with some of these corners. And when lap 2 begins, we're going to make our way to not only get P2, but we're also going to find ourselves as being the new race leader. So here we are starting lap 2, get ourselves a nice run on the Swift. We're going to make a move on its left side, but there actually is enough room for it to work, and we get ourselves P2. And for this lap, on lap number 2, this is going to be our first scheduled pit stop for the race. Like I did mention before, the fuel not really the best for this car, but that's the way it is sometimes with some of these cars. As we go through the Dunlop Bridge, we're going to get ourselves another good sets of corners. We're going to easily catch up with the Corvette, just like that. Get ourselves another really good corner, as we have lots of grip in that one corner. Make a nice move on its outside, and from that point on, take the lead away from the Corvette, and are able to get back on pit road at the end of lap 2. Got ourselves a nice lead, and we actually do have quite ourselves a rainstorm heading our way. Now this is actually the very tricky part about Le Mans, whenever you have rain to show up, especially when it's about to begin your next pit stop cycle. So for me personally, I thought about taking a gamble, thinking that the rain is going to come in our direction. It's going to be much harder rain, so we went ahead and selected inchers, just depicting of what the radar was showing for the rain. And sometimes you can get this right, you can call for the right tire, and sometimes you can get this wrong, and the game will sometimes, you think you called the right tire just by seeing the dark blues around your area, but sometimes the blue dots either don't make it to the racetrack, or they actually go around the racetrack. So in this unique example, we actually did made a bad call. The rain did not came to the track, unfortunately, so by the end of this lap we'll have to re-come to pit road and get ourselves a new set of slicks. So as we come out of pit road, we just lost a couple of spots because since we pitted so early, we're going to get a nice, almost made contact with the Lamborghini. But as we fast forward, we actually did retake the lead, but as you can see, there's no rain in sight. The track's still dry. Our intermediate tires are cooked. I mean, they are really in bad shape. So this not a good call on our part, unfortunately, but we're going to go ahead and go back to pit road and get ourselves a new batch of slick tires. So usually sometimes this will happen that you think the rain's coming into play, but sometimes it does not. Thankfully for our part, we actually did have ourselves a quite nice lead over the rest of the pack for us to afford ourselves an extra pit stop. But you know, sometimes it does get a bit annoying whenever you think you're ahead of the game, and for some reason whenever you choose that tire the rain doesn't show up, or if you neglect to see that the rain is coming your direction. If you do try put on the new set of slicks or don't change tires at all, then that's also another annoying thing too. So but in our case, we're going to get ourselves, like I said, for the last time, our last batch of slick tires on the car. Refill the car up to 100%. I mean, since we're right there at it, why not go ahead and just add more fuel to the car? And we're going to find ourselves right behind the Corvette like we did earlier. But just like we did earlier in the race, we're going to go ahead and pretty much catch up with the Corvette pretty quickly, and we're going to catch the recapture the lead pretty much at the same exact location we did earlier in the race, which I thought was pretty interesting. So as we get ourselves some more good corners in these couple of corners right here, we're going to get ourselves a nice momentum, some nice speed out of these corners compared to the Corvette. As we get to the beginning of the main straight, get ourselves a nice pull from the Corvette, some of that slipstream. Going to make a move on its left side, and just like that, we're going to go ahead and retake the lead from this race and basically just run away from it from the rest of the field. Let's go ahead now, fast forward to later in the race. It's going to be yet again our last official pit stop for the race. It's going to be lap number 5, I believe. And for this pit stop, we're only going to be focused on refueling the car, refuel, and that's going to be it. Now we're going to change tires just because we're going to try to kill some time. That's the main reason why I'm going to change tires. But in my opinion, you can just refill the car up with fuel. If you have less than 8 minutes to go, like you see on the screen, then you really don't have to worry about changing tires unless your tires are in really bad shape. But after we get our last pit stop done, we'll just go back on the track, do I believe 1 or 2 laps worth of time trial laps, and that's going to be it for our run out Le Mans with the car overall. Very smooth, a nice handling car, also a car that barely has an advantage for the speed, but I think the most good of the car is of course handling, even though it does have some poor fuel range, which is quite unfortunate. But kept ourselves clean, got ourselves that nice clean race bonus, and that's going to be it for this episode. So for the next episode, I'm thinking about doing as a returning favorite. It's going to be the Honda NSX from 2002. I saw it at the used car dealership, and you could, of course, get it at Brand Central, but I figured why not go ahead and just grab this car. And I'm going to try maybe do a 2-part series, do a stock engine and then do the swap variant for this car for Tokyo Expressway. So that's probably going to be the next 2 episodes right there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, why not go ahead and leave a like. If you guys like to see some more of my content later down the road, why not go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. And if you have any more suggestions or like to see some other builds, why not go ahead and add those to the comments as well. And with that all being said, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night wherever it might be. And I'll see you guys later, and take care.